let me introduce you to my assistant who first convinced me that carbon C60 and olive oil is a miracle healer. As a matter of fact, all on the back of her neck, when I got her, she had all these dots. And she had all red back here and dots and missing fur like between here. And you could see all these dots around her neck. She had missing fur on the bottom of her chin. And now, the bottom of her chin is like soft, white, fluffy fur. And by the way, I'm going to call the black cat outside that is just coming by right now with the big fluffy tail. I'm going to call her Feather. So, but I'm going to say something about my own personal experiences with this carbon C60 oil, motor oil, not motor oil. It's you know, olive oil. I really can't tell much myself. I'm being honest, man. But I noticed when you see my nail how it's smashed, and you notice the pink part that came in. The pink part started coming in. This nail was not healing up good until I put this stuff on it. And actually, on my foot, I had one of these nails like this, and it was bothering me for weeks. And another one was bothering me for many years. I started putting that on those two nails on the same foot for the last few weeks, and it healed them up. So topically, this stuff works. So I'm assuming it works overall, even though I can't really tell because it's so subjective. It's like, unless I see something earth-shattering, I'm not going to say it works, okay? What I can tell for bringing me energy is this stuff. Now, this is not carbon C60. This is just activated charcoal. But if I take a bunch of this, several grams of this, I notice my energy feels better. I actually noticed this right away within an hour or two. And usually, to me, it's best to take this on an empty stomach with a lot of water. And she's rubbing on me. Hi. And this cat, what a change, man. She used to be so freaking... I'm going to protect her. I'm sorry about going off on the cat, but this cat is freaking amazed me how these little guys turn around. But this stuff really did... I did notice an energy boost with this. I didn't notice it with the... carbon C60 and olive oil, and I tried several brands. I tried the one that was with avocado oil, the Purple Power, and two other brands besides this stuff. And I think this Good and Cheap is just as good as the best of the other stuff, except it's less money. Something else I noticed give me energy is this ParaZapper, as long as you use it a whole bunch. And I did check my, what you call the body power, with the Thunderbolt body tester, and it was actually very good. Even the cheaper ParaZappers, they work freaking damn good if you use them enough. I don't know what's going on with these things. I think all these things are somehow, whether it's electronic or whether it's, you know, a carbon atom, or even if it's baking soda and it's, you know, it's like there's an electron donor going on. Whether it's vitamin C, I don't know what's going on exactly. This, I did notice, does give me energy, and it could be because of detoxification. This, I didn't really notice nothing, except topically, it worked like crazy. So I'm assuming it's actually doing some good in subtle ways that probably aren't going to be noticeable till some years later. But I ordered some other stuff. It's called cannabis oil, CDB oil, or CBD oil. Forgot what the hell it's off of Amazon, actually. I'm going to try some of that stuff too. And I'm figuring it's one of the smartest investments I can make, because the better I feel, the more productive I am, and you know, the more stuff I get done. So that's one side of it too. But quite honestly, I can't talk about, you know, the carbon C60 and olive oil making me feel like this, and oh, I got abundant energy now, and I can't tell. That's just me, all right? I'm not trying to freaking be a disinformation guy or nothing, but I do know topically it worked like crazy on some stuff. I'm assuming it, and you know, the other thing is too, I take a lot of vitamin C, I take a good amount of vitamin D, K2, magnesium, trace minerals. I take Nature's Way, whole food alive vitamins. So maybe, you know, I got a lot of stuff in me already that's knocking out, you know, toxins and boosting my body power. So when I take some carbon C60 with olive oil, you know, it's not really adding much to it. But topically, it did a lot. Boy, that nail got way better. And now, on the 2 nails on my right foot, one of them was bothering me for freaking probably more than 15 years, actually. It healed up in like 3 weeks. I could walk around it all day. It doesn't hurt at all. Not at all. So, I was like, wow, that's great. Now, I suspect, like if I use something like this ParaZapper, I've used this topically where I put the positive offset probe, like there's a red side and a green side, one's the ground, and use these handhelds or copper plates wrapped in paper towel that are wet with water. Well, if you use the positive offset side, I've used it on a sore throat, I've used it on where I had an infected tooth, I've used it on, I don't know, a couple other things like that where something was infected, and the positive offset side cleared it up. Now, obviously, I can't like walk around having some kind of, you know, pad on my fingernail where the positive offset side is putting the frequencies through there with, you know, maybe doing an electron donor or whatever the hell it's doing where this would heal up. I'd imagine something like this could work the same way topically, but the problem is sometimes you can't get that on that area because this thing works best when you use it for a lot of hours. I can't walk around and just have some kind of pad on my thumb or something like that and use this. This might work too, the ParaZapper. I used it locally on stuff before, like with sore throat. Man, it freaking cleared that garbage up quick. One time I had an infected tooth, or 2 times over the last several years. I used it on this thing. I used that thing on it. Man, boom, it knocked it right out. But I kind of slept on that side where the infected tooth was with the positive offset side of the paddle on there. And when I woke up, it was almost all gone. Now, you could probably do the same thing with, you know, gum disease with this thing, with this stuff too. You know? Now, I'm experimenting with this cannabis oil here pretty soon too. I want to see what that does. Some people have been telling me like a few drops of it and you feel way better, and I'm like, well, I don't feel bad. The only time I feel tired is after I eat, which is kind of normal, you know. Like if I don't eat nothing all day, I feel pretty fine. I got good energy. Then I go eat my meal around, you know, because I skip breakfast and lunch. I don't eat all day. I'm doing the intermittent fasting garbage. And I eat around 5 o'clock. As soon as I eat then, I'm like, I'm tired. But that's probably just normal, right? But, this cat. Yeah, we're going to call the black cat Feather, the one that's outside. And, you know, she's making me freaking feel so sorry for her. I want to bring her inside, but I don't want another cat inside. Oh my God, it's cat overload. I didn't even want to bring this one in. I didn't even want to bring Goldie in. It's like I had 2 and then 3 and I got 4 inside. God, but she doesn't really go anywhere. She just plops her ass down in one spot. She just stays there. But this stuff, I've been giving her this every day, and her fur is like, look at it. I mean, it's obvious. You could see she's got no missing, because it's all white. You know, you could see if there's any red spots in here or anything like that, or blemishes. She had those all before. And ever since I started giving her this stuff, it went away. And the first 2 months I had her, nothing was improving. Even the shots the vet gave her with the antibiotic, it didn't do a damn thing. This stuff, that's what started convincing me to start taking it. And like I said, I've noticed super results with this stuff topically. My personal experience is, do I feel way better with taking this overall? I really can't tell. I noticed this stuff though, but that's pretty much typical testimonies on the internet. A lot of people tell you if you take this activated charcoal, you feel like you have a lot more energy. I have felt a lot more energy with this stuff. But that's like several grams of it. I don't take that all the time, just sometimes. But I have been taking this every day on an empty stomach. And I'm assuming it's doing some good. I mean, because I know it worked topically, and I know it worked on Miss Gold Digger. And I've also been giving some of this stuff to Feather outside, the little black cat with the big bushy tail, the little kitten, little mama cat. She's a kitten herself. She's not even a year old. She's got a baby already. God. What the hell am I going to do with all these cats, man? I like cats. I just can't turn them down, man. I can't turn them down. You, right? This cat is the sweetest little cat going. And my boys, they don't like bounce around and play with her, but they get pretty close to each other. They don't hiss or nothing. I think eventually she's going to get along with them really, really good. I think her main problem was almost like the same with Rocky. When I first got Rocky, everybody thought he was a mean cat. No, he was not a mean cat. He's a very kitten-like cat. You know what the problem was? He was scared. And I think she felt like crap. She had problems with her fur, and she didn't feel that good. So the only one she's acting super nice to was me. I'm like her protector. It's like that little black cat outside Feather, you know? I'm her protector. God, man, what is it with me? But, you know, I mean, on my channel, I have some gun videos and stuff, but I can tell you the truth, I'm far more interested in health and videos and things like that but, you know, I know we need defensive things too, you know. It's not like I'm into bad things. I'm into good things. But, you know, you got to have certain things to preserve your own life too. So that's the theory on that, or the thought on that, right? Just like you got claws, you got your little dainty claws. She's your girl. Shit, this cat is funny. She's a sweetie pie and a half, though. But they all are, man. They all are. But the cats, like, she was the one that had a problem with the fur. That convinced me with the carbon C60 and olive oil. And Boots, I call him Boots the Confederate cat, right? He got clobbered by that raccoon, and he's all healed up now. But I think he healed up so fast between the spooky remote. I used the remote with the frequencies and loads of this every day, the carbon C60 in his food. He healed up like a miracle. And I just saw him last night. So he's still roaming around, so hopefully he's going to be... Man, I always worry about that guy, man. I don't know. I pray for my kitty. I pray for you too, little cat. She loves it here. Yeah, this is my Confederate bedspread, my cheetah pillow, and my Confederate pillow. My little fluffy cat. I don't know. And maybe if I get into, you know, I'm leaning towards going to Georgia now versus Tennessee as a permanent base, but if I get a bigger place, maybe I can put more cats in there or something. I don't know. Take Feather with me and Boots, and I don't know, take Feather's kitten and Panda Cat and whatever the hell else of the cats we got here. The whole gang. You need like at least 2,500 square feet with all these guys, and cat shells and tunnels and you know, there might be a way to make something like this product, maybe not as good, but to take something like this activated charcoal and just stick it in regular high quality virgin oils. It could be avocado oil, coconut oil, and put it on a centrifuge for a few days, and, you know, kind of have a redneck cheap version of this stuff. Right? You feeling good, girl? See how she looks? She never looked like that when I got her. She's, you know, the whole bottom of her, she was all under her neck. All that fur was missing under there. You could see it now. You look at it. It's like soft, white, fluffy. You know. So, and I'm gonna find out what this cannabis oil stuff does, because now I'm curious. I'm hearing too many good things about it. You know, maybe I'll be making videos 500 years from now, and I'll be like saying, "Look, I'm 500 years old and I look 25." Yeah, that'll be the day. Anyway, then you know. Hey, by the way, I'm only 1 year. If you see back of my videos, like where I do face videos, you know, I'm sitting at the desk. I'm only a year older than Cliff High. You know, the guy that talks about this stuff, man. You know, I kind of like Cliff High, but he doesn't convince me so much that this stuff is so great, because, you know, I'm not convinced about it totally either. I think it's very good, but, You know, if I start looking like I went back, you know, I have not seen it. You know, I was talking about the gray hair. I haven't seen any of my gray hair go away with this stuff, you know. And I've been taking quite a bit of it. But again, like I said, topically, this stupid stuff works. So, you know, it's difficult to say. The more complex an organism is, it's the more it takes to screw it up and the more it takes to fix it. Like, in other words, remember the rat study when they talked about the carbon C60 and the rats lived to be 93% longer because they loaded them up with so much of this carbon C60 and olive oil? Well, a rat is, you know, not a very complex organism. Like, they made earthworms live 5 times longer doing certain things, too. So, I mean, to make a human live 93% longer, I mean, it's not going to be as easy as doing that with a rat, you know. But, yeah, maybe you'll get 5 or 10% longer. I don't know. It's difficult to say. But, you know, I'm assuming, though, a combination of different things might start adding up to, you know, 20% longer, 30% longer. Who the hell knows, right? And then once you find out the right combination, maybe you just won't age. Because I think there's the potential for that. And that'll be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. So, anyway. But she's been my research assistant because you had all that problem on your fur. This is what convinced me. This cat and Boots the Confederate cat getting healed up so fast, that's what convinced me this junk works. And now I'm convinced how it worked topically on me. I'm not convinced by just taking it, though. It's like, I'm not lying. I'm not going to make up a story and say, oh, I feel so great from taking this. I really can't tell. Even though there's a lot of people say, oh, I feel great from taking this. But, you know, that's so subjective. You know, if I see Cliff High start looking like, I see Cliff High's hair all grow back in on top of his head, and it's not gray, and he looks like he's 25 years old, I'm going to really believe this stuff. You know what I mean? I've not seen any difference in my gray hair. I don't have many wrinkles anyway. I really have virtually no wrinkles, so I mean, it's not going to tell that much. But gray hair is the only thing I would think would be obvious. My energy levels haven't, well, like I said, my energy levels change a lot with this stuff. And in a way, this stuff is not that different from, because these are both carbon. This is just carbon C60 and olive oil, and this is just activated charcoal carbon. They're not that different, I don't think. This stuff actually, you know, maybe if I drank 1 or 2 bottles of this stuff every single day. Sometimes I was drinking about 1/4 to 1/3 a bottle a day. That was pretty heavy doses, and I still didn't notice any real big difference with this stuff. But again, I want to say that topically it worked like a miracle. So that makes me think, even though I'm taking it internally and I'm not thinking, I'm not feeling like, oh wow, I feel this great, and I feel like I'm jumping, doing hula hoops and, you know, cartwheels and whatever the hell it is. You know, it's not like that effect. I can't really tell, but I'm assuming it's doing something subtly, because topically it has made a huge difference on me. The one toe on my right foot, which was the one in the middle, the toe in the middle, that was bothering me probably for 15 years. That's why I used to work out on an elliptical all the time versus run and walk. That has not bothered me anymore after doing this for 3 weeks. It's like almost totally not bothering me at all. I was like, whoa, it never felt so good in my life. Now I feel like I can go out and walk for 5-10 miles and not have it bother me. So that's why I know this stuff does do something. So I'm going to continue taking it orally, and I'm going to start taking a few drops of that cannabis oil every day and see how that works out. And, you know, maybe the combination's going to do something, I don't know. Right? You know, I think she'd get along with Feather. Feather's a female, too. Then Feather's got a kitten, probably got 3 more kittens laying around. I'm like, you know, I don't know if I want to bring another cat inside just yet, man. Like I said, you probably need a 5,500 foot square house with all these cats the way it's going to go on eventually, right? Meow meow. But I like this cat. I really like this cat. I like all of them. To tell you the truth, they're nice. They're fun. They're good little fur people. That's for sure. Right? As a matter of fact, we got a cat up there. See? Meow. There's one up there. Meow meow. There's this guy. Meow meow.